Alright, so here we have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fujetoid action figure. Now as you can see, we're actually given a new display of box art right now with the Dimension X phrase right here below the Turtles logo, and the four main guys right here sporting their space armor. Dr. Honeycutt, aka the Fujetoid, is displayed right here on the front of the box, pretty well I might say, and you can see the ages 4 and up, his name, and the little catchphrase that goes along with him. Now the back of the box is your pretty standard fare. However, I do kind of note that it is interesting that they don't have his show appearance on the back of the box, rather his toy appearance. That's kind of interesting. You get a little brief bio of him right here along with his weapons and team allegiance. And then right down here you can see some of the other figures that are going to be coming out in the line. The other turtles in their space armor, Mondo Gecko, Napoleon Bonaparte, Monkey Brain. And you see some of the bad guys right here. Mutant Shredder, Lord Dread, and General Mozart, or just Mozart right now. He's one I'm actually looking forward to. I'm going to try to hunt him down next because it'd be nice to have another Triceratops. Anyways, without anything else to say, let's actually open this guy up. Alright, so here we have Fujetoid out of the box. Now if you've seen my reviews over the last 2 weeks, you know just how much of a fan I am of the character and how much I love the original 80s version of the toy. As a matter of fact, I shot those 2 reviews earlier on in the year, but I held off releasing them when I found out this guy was going to come out. I wanted to do a solid straight run of these guys back to back. And I'm kind of happy I did because I really love this little guy. I'm really happy that we got a new version of Fujetoid in the show and a new little action figure of him. As a matter of fact, this version might be my new favorite or most likely my second favorite. The original 80s one has a nostalgia factor going for it, so it pushes it up just a little bit above this guy. However, I am going to say that this guy is heads and shoulders above the one we got in the 2000 series. If you remember that one, you can go back and watch the video if you want to, but that one was just a solid gray. He had a really big frown on his face, wide eyes, so it was really kind of depressing. It was just really sad. Although, given the fact of his story and how much he was on the run, it's from the Triceratops, yeah, I guess he would be kind of depressed. However, this guy looks kind of upbeat. I love the little eye expression right here. Just like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm cool, I'm in a good mood. Kind of matching his attitude from the new current TV series. I also say that I really love the white plastic of this guy. This pearly white just seems to match what's in the show, and the extra little bit of color that they added to this guy, even though it's just black and yellow, it's not a lot, but it's just enough there to help break up the monotonous of that white. That's something that the original or the 2000 version was lacking. It was just that solid gray, just not enough color in it. And as a matter of fact, they have come out with another version of this guy, which is a gray and silver metallic paint job of this guy. I think it's a box set that comes with the other 4 turtles in their space armor. We're all sporting metallic. It's a Target exclusive. When I originally saw that one in the box, I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, what? They made him gray and silver? Is this the one that they're gonna go with? It doesn't look like what's in the show, and it reminds me of the 2000 one. I was really disappointed. But when I found out that they're going to come out with the white one, this is the one I hunted down because I really love this guy. He's just kind of cute and just lovable. Now, as far as his articulation goes, his head can move side to side. He has a great range of articulation on his shoulders. As you see, it moves very nice and smooth and just very fluid. He has a wrist articulation right here. His hips can move just the same as his elbows, or I mean his shoulders. He has no elbow or knee articulation, sadly. His legs can bend, or his feet can swivel side to side like this. And yeah, I know there's no elbow articulation. It'd be kind of hard to get a little joint in there. They could have possibly done some wire and softer rubber in here so it makes it all bendy, but that's a kind of a double-edged sword because, yeah, it's more flexible, but you can never really get the legs back in a straight pose, or they can never be bent quite right. I remember some Todd McFarlane figures had that, and I never really liked it back then. So I'm kind of torn on if I would want it with this guy. Another nice little bit of detailing right here is you see the little bands right here on his midsection, or his tummy right here. Or his chest, I don't know. And then the banding right here on his legs and his arms. You can see the little vent detail in here. They're not molded in. They're just painted on right there. So it is kind of a nice little added detail. They could have just left those blank or nothing else, but it just helps add to it. And I love how they were able to get the little tiny little dots right in there for his mouth. Now another thing here that I didn't notice is the actual little treads or little vents right here at the bottom of his feet. They could have just done a solid plastic, but they decided to go the little bit of extra mile right there and just make little tiny bands right in there. Just kind of helps. I mean, you're not going to see them all that much. They're displayed kind of. He's always going to be standing up, so it's just nice to see that they went that extra mile. Now this foot is actually in this kind of pre-bent position, like he's almost ready to take a step or is in some sort of action pose. That's something that's common with the original 80s line of figures, so yeah, it's just kind of standard with these guys now. They're kind of going to start phasing it back into some of the other figures that aren't the original or the four main guys. Now some people have actually said that they're a little bit disappointed that he doesn't come with a weapon. And I'm kind of torn with that. He is a pacifist after all, so he wouldn't actually have a weapon. However, in the show, he has been quoted as saying, I might be a pacifist, but even though, and then a pacifist has to defend himself, and then these guns pop out of his wrists, and he just kind of shoots the bad guys to get him away and defend himself. That's something they could have done, is they could have actually added some extra armor that snaps right onto his shoulders to make it look like they're actually popping apart to actually fire. Or give him some little type of scanning device that he holds in his hand, or maybe a little laser gun to be more reminiscent of the original 80s line. However, yeah, those are small nitpicks and I could overlook it. I'm really digging this guy, and I'm really going to be happy to display him on my shelf amongst the other turtles that I have. I'm probably going to need to get this other guys in their space armor. But anyways, this has been a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fujetoid action figure. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Any advice for the show will be greatly appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.